What's going on, everybody? It's Kanye. Today's video, we're going to be doing our first build of NBA 2K23. Now, I'm really excited to get started on builds for this year's game. One thing I really like that 2K did was that they made the builder the same for current gen and next gen. Now, this is really beneficial because it's going to allow anyone who sees these build videos to make the build no matter what generation console they're playing on. Now, the badge system is different in current gen compared to next gen. Next gen, we have the tier system. Current gen, I think you still have the regular badge system. That being said, you can still follow along for all the attribute applications, but then when it gets into the badge distribution current gen, if you don't want to watch, it's fine, but it'll be the next gen badge system. That being said, I plan to kind of go through, give you guys multiple builds in multiple positions here early on, different style builds, lockdown builds, good playmaking builds, big man builds. So we're going to do a little bit of everything. But I wanted to start with this build because this is one I think I'm going to play on dominantly in the park, especially in the twos. It's going to be a bigger point guard. I do have a smaller point guard build to follow up with as well, but this is where I really wanted to start because I know a lot of people like to play in the park early when the game is out. So without further ado, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get this going. So we are going to be making a point guard today. Handedness and jersey number up to you. Now, when we get to our body settings, I am 6'8", weight 230, wingspan 7'4 inches. Now, one thing I want to point out to y'all, you can adjust this wingspan however you want. Is not going to affect your ball handle. Any build below or 6'10" and below, the wingspan does not affect your ball handle. So feel free to max that out to get better chances defensively in terms of steals, pickpockets, things like that. So what I did here, the reason I went 6'8" is I figured, as a tall guard, I really want to test out the new finishing aspects, like more of the contact finishing with like the bully badge and masher and stuff. I really wanted to have a build to test that out with. So this was kind of my, prototype for that. You see, we're still going to be able to handle the ball exceptionally well. We're going to be able to shoot the ball exceptionally well. And our defense really isn't that bad for a 6'8" build with 7'4" wingspan. A couple of key attributes I want to point out real quick before I go on and, help y'all lay it out. If you look here on the right at the physicals, we've got a strength of an 89. This is what allows you to get gold masher. We've also got a vertical of 82. That's going to allow you to get all the contact dunks. So let's go ahead and get into this. So as you can see here, right, we've got the 85 close shot, 85 driving layup, 93 driving dunk, 77 standing dunk. So, you are going to be able to get standing dunk animations. Laying the attributes out this way, we are going to have a 22 total badge layout. And that is significant in a lot of ways. If you know about the core badges, you want to have at least 17 so you can have 2 gold core badges, but having 22, we're going to be able to get a third one. For shooting, 81 mid-range, 84 3-ball, 75 3-throw. That gets us 22 shooting badges. And then for playmaking, we've got an 82 pass ac. I would highly recommend, especially on a guard, don't go below 80. With big men, you might be good around 70, 75, but from what I can tell, 80 is kind of like the cutoff. You need to have an 80 pass ac to, pass the ball well in this game. So I went with an 82 pass ac, 85 ball handle, 77 with speed with ball. I want to point out too, speed with ball is going to be extremely important in this game. If you're on a guard, I cannot express it enough to max out that attribute or at least get it very, very high, because that's how you dribble. Your speed and acceleration in the physicals department is more for defense and just general up and down the court. But when you have the ball in your hands, speed with ball and ball handle are what matter. So it's important to have those upgraded. Now, also you're going to see we got 22 playmaking badges. Now let's get down to defense and rebounding. Now, like interior defense, block, and defensive rebound, those all got pulled up by me adjusting other attributes. The main ones I looked at in the defense and rebounding aspect were upping the perimeter defense to 79 and the steal to 76. We are still able to get 7 potential badges, and you're going to see that we're able to get stuff like pick dodger, and we can still get interceptor. So we're going to be a decent off-ball defender and be able to survive on-ball as well, especially if we're going against a smaller guard with how lengthy we are, and we still have decent speed stats and stuff. We're going to be able to hold our own in that aspect. Now for our physicals. You want to go 78 speed, 75 acceleration. We want an 89 strength because that's going to get us our gold bully. We want an 82 vertical because that's going to get us the contact animations. And then stamina. The thing with stamina is it's kind of a feeling out, right? Get it as high as you can, but don't waste a ton of attributes on it because you're going to have Gatorade stuff, and that's going to help up your stamina as the game goes on. But this is how I would go ahead and start off with the layout. So you're going to see here, if we go over to the badge tiers, first for finishing, like the reason I said you wanted the 89 strength, right? That's how you get your gold bully. Then 93 driving dunk, I was going to say that's how you get your goal posterizer. 86 driving dunk for the gold limitless takeoff. Masher is another one. You up the close shot to 85. That's how you get Masher. So I cannot also stress enough how important it is that when you're going through here, you analyze, what badges do you want to get and focus on making the build around that. Because, you might put your 3-point rating one attribute lower than it needs to be to get a gold badge that instead you're going to be stuck with on silver. And it's like, man, I wish I would have moved around a couple other things to get that gold badge instead of silver. So, the nice part that I like that they did with the builder here, right? So you would think, you can be over here adjusting your attributes with your left stick, and you can be moving around with the right stick at the same time. So you can be checking, your badges and adjusting your attributes to meet those badge requirements. And as you go down to shooting on the attribute side, it changes to the shooting badges. So you're like, oh, I want blinders, but I need an 84 mid-range shot. You adjust it to where now you have an 84 mid-range shot to get it to gold. So that's kind of another big perk that I noticed that I really like, is that you can simultaneously check your badge ratings as you're doing the attribute application. And I highly recommend as you make builds going on to keep checking that. But now that we've got this finished, let's go ahead and look at the takeovers. So the first takeover I went with was finishing moves. It's going to help you, obviously finish around the rim. It's going to give you better ability to finish through contact layups, dunks, things like that. And I figured early on in the game, this is going to be really useful when people don't have all their badges. It'll be really good to help finish at the rim when you're on this takeover. And then team ratings boost, playing with guys and team badge boost is great, but if guys don't have their badges yet, it's not going to matter. But team ratings boost, I'm going to be able to dot guys up. They're going to have better shooting ratings when they catch it and shoot. I just ran the twos a little bit with my buddy Fast Break Ferb, and we were able to win several games. I was running on this, and he was running on a power forward build that I'm going to show you all how to make that I think you're going to really like. It's got a super cool name. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the name that we're going to get on this build. Again, it's not going to be what you expect, and I think that's the fun part about it. It's not necessarily, something we haven't seen before. You're going to see we're here, Tyrese Halliburton, Penny Hardaway, LaMelo Ball. I really like these comparisons, and we are called an athletic finisher. Now, I've seen a lot of different build names already pop up on this game with all the different build videos that the higher level influencers are putting out. And they have some really unique names. And I think athletic finisher is a cool name. And the fact that we're going to be able to knock down threes, handle the ball extremely well, play decent defense, but we are an athletic finisher at the end of the day. So now let's get in and look at the badges real quick. So for the badges, there's a really, intricate system here that none of us have ever seen before, and I also think it's really cool because it offers a lot of opportunity. So real quick thing to note, tier 1, you've got 1 point to get a bronze badge, and it goes up to 4, right, to get a Hall of Fame badge. But tier 2, it starts at 3. So just note, tier 1 is 1, tier 2 is 3 points, and tier 3 starts at 5 points, so it goes up by 2. So the other thing, to use any tier 3 badges, you have to apply 10 badge points here before. And so a rule of thumb that I think you should follow is if you want a tier 3 badge, you need to have that many badge points above 10. So set your minimum number of badges. Like if you want a bronze tier 3 badge, your minimum number of badges in that category have to be 15. If you want a gold tier 3 badge, then make sure you have at least 17 badges in that category. And that's something that I've already written down. I have it right here at my desk. So that way I always can look at that and be like, I need 17 badges if I want a gold tier 3, so forth. So how we're going to do this, I told you I wanted to try the more physical badges. So we're going to do Masher, we're going to do Fearless, then we're going to come down here and I'm going to put on Silver Bully. I'm going to put on Silver Limitless Takeoff. So now it says I'm out of finishing badges, right? Now look over on the right part of the screen. You're going to see we have this thing called core badges. If you don't know what that is, essentially a core badge is something you can equip. Once you've unlocked the badge at the tier you want it at, you're going to be given a quest. Once you complete that quest, it'll let you have that badge for free. So if I turn Bully, Silver Bully worth 6 badge points into a core badge, I get those 6 badge points back. So now I can go to Posterizer and I can put those 6 badge points there. So essentially how it works, right? If you have 17, however many shooting or finishing badges, right? Let's say we have 17 finishing badges and you use 7 of them on a core finishing badge. Then you get 7 back. So in reality, right? Let's do this math. Here's 10 badges applied here. And then here is another 12 applied here. So we had 22 finishing badges available, but where I cored a badge, now we have 28 in total. You're going to see we have 28 total badge points applied because this one is cored. So basically you get more badges than you're actually given to start with, as long as you complete the core badge quest. Now for shooting, some different badges I think are going to be really good, and I actually didn't go into that yet here. I want to go into that real quick. Fearless Finisher, Masher, Bully, I think all of those are going to go together really well. I also think for the smaller guards, Slithery, Acrobat, Aerial Wizard are all going to be really good. I think there's going to be two styles of play when going to the rim, so just keep an eye on that. Try to correlate your badges to where they work well together. Now for shooting, Amped I think is going to be a really good badge for your smaller guards. It reduces penalty on fatigue. It also could be a good badge to equip early on, since we do get fatigued easily in the early games until we get all our badges equipped, so that's something to note as well. Claymore is going to be good for your locks at sit corner. Space Creator, this used to be a playmaking badge. I think this is going to be a really good badge to have. It helps get ankle breakers and boost shots off step back moves. If your guy likes to do snatchbacks, this badge could be really good for you, so note that. Guard Up is going to be really similar to something like Deadeye or Blinders, I think. I think this is just, a badge that's going to be something equipped that just boosts open shots, so, why wouldn't you have it? But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and just show you how I want to have my badges laid out. So I was planning on doing, something like this. And then coming down, and I wanted to have Limitless Range for sure. We wanted to have Deadeye. And now I was going to go ahead and core badge this. So we got 5 badges left. And, you could come over and you could do like Midi Magician on bronze, and then Green Machine on silver, something like this. This is going to allow you to shoot consistently, especially with the ball in your hands, shoot a lot of off dribble shots. It's going to help with like fadeaways from the post, different things like that. But yeah, so that's how I lay out your shooting badges. Playmaking's interesting. First things first, quick first steps, a very important badge to have. Needle Threader, since there's no more Bullet Passer, I'll be curious to see how important this is. We probably will end up needing it on bronze. I do know Bailout is still a necessary badge in the game, I can confirm. The fact you can get Ankle Breaker for 4 badge points, you might as well. And that also helps that you're 6'8". I don't know if Ankle Breaker is a tier 1 badge for smaller guards, but it may be. Next thing, Floor General is definitely an option. Vice Grip for bigs, I highly recommend you get Vice Grip, because it's going to help you keep a hold of the ball off of rebounds, because people still do spam off of rebounds, and it's very annoying. Next, we're going to go handles for days, and then we're going to actually core badge that, and we're going to put killer combos. These are going to be your primary dribbling badges. I think Clamp Breaker is going to be another good one as well. So if you are able to get it, definitely look into it. Something I thought about doing is, you knock your Ankle Breaker down, you could put Clamp Breaker on bronze. You could even knock your Ankle Breaker down to silver, and then you could get Clamp Breaker on silver. So this is also a really good badge layout for point guards as well, of any type, not just the taller point guards. Now, lastly, for defense and rebounding. Now, we only have 7 of these. Obviously, we'd go ahead and get Bronze Interceptor. That'd be good for off-ball defense. You could get Glove. So, it depends. If you're going to be playing more on-ball defense, get Glove and take off Interceptor, vice versa, right? Then Pick Dodger, go ahead and put it on silver. Menace, I think we can put on silver, and Workhorse, you could put on bronze if you didn't have these on. But this is how I would lay it out. Again, if you're going to be off-ball more, switch it to Interceptor. But this is how I lay out your defensive badges. But yeah, so this is going to be my first build video put up. I'm going to post it here very soon. I'm recording this at literally 6 a.m. I've been playing since the game came out at midnight. And I'm going to start streaming here in a couple hours. So if you're watching this video and you see I'm live, feel free to hop in. We're going to be playing. I'm going to be showing some of the different builds I made, and I'm going to make videos for them as well. But this is going to be the first video up. I hope you all check it out, and I hope you all enjoy. Peace.